Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back and we're doing a best of three Strixhaven draft. Alright, rare is Cody. Maybe if I was crushing this format, I'd be willing to try this card out because this seems like a pretty challenging build around limited rare. I think we're looking at Killian, Frost Trickster, Mage Duel. All of them are very good. I almost want to take Killian because I think this card is so remarkably strong. 2-mana, 2/2, lifelink menace with even more upside. Might be the safest pick to just take Mage Duel. Least committal and it's strong removal. There's also Frost Trickster, which is a good tempo evasive beater. All three of those picks are legitimate. I think Killian's the strongest. It's just it's 2-color. I haven't gotten to draft Killian in a while. I'm still going to just take it. It's 2-color. I just think it's that good. Wow. Thunderous Order seems really good with it. It gets lifelink and menace if you have Killian out. Wow. Well, that seems like a good follow-up. Other good picks in here. Spiteful Squad is a good card. Cram Session, totally playable. Learn card. Intro to Annihilation is a playable lesson. Campus Guide's playable. Make Your Mark was just fine when I played it last. Expel is playable, though not super exciting unless you have a lot of evasion. Academic Dispute is certainly playable and good, I think. And that's about it. Let's take the Orator. Just seems like a really solid Killian follow-up. Get a nice little Vigilance lifelink menace creature. That's pretty nice. All right, pick here. We can take Cram Session. Might just want the Environmental Sciences. There's also Electrolyze, which is really good, and Master Symmetrist, which is good. A lot of good green cards. The Invocation, the Professor. Yeah. All of those are good. I'm going to take the Environmental Sciences. It's just a solid lesson to have. Turns all your learn cards into being able to find an extra land if you need it. So it's nice to just get this lesson out of the way now and just have that as an option to learn into. All right, the pick now, probably taking Rise of Extus. Solid removal, plus you get to learn off of it. Pretty awesome card. It's also Humiliate, which is good. Another chance to get Intro to Annihilation, another Cram Session. All of these are fine. Still have yet to build the Reflective Golem. Lorehold Pledge Mage is playable. Can give Thunderous Order First Strike as well. But yeah, I think it's an easy Rise of Extus, just good removal. Can even play it for cheaper with Killian. 4 mana, exile a creature, an instant, and learn. Real good. Pest Summoning seems like a fine pickup here. It's just another sideboard option to pick up. It's at its best in Witherbloom, but I mean, there's really no other options here. I'm looking at if we still want to be able to make Silverquill work. Technically, we could still go Lorehold route more easily, because we would have to cut Killian, which I don't want to do. But we still get the Pest Summoning here. Okay, so I don't like Secret Rendezvous. There's Star Pupil, which is actually playable. Professor's Warning, which is a good combat trick. Or Crushing Disappointment. I think Professor's Warning, I never really picked this card too often, but protecting Killian for 1 mana is pretty good. Otherwise, yeah, Star Pupil's fine too. Attacker, blocker. There's quite a few +1/+1 counter related things in Silverquill. I mean, I think this is the right archetype for it. I'll give it a chance. I think Professor's Warning would be fine there too. Here's a pretty easy Hunt for Specimens, which is just a pretty good card in general. We already have a couple lessons to find. Like, even just going Hunt for Specimens into Pest Summoning is a pretty solid turn 2 and 3. Just get some bodies out there, buy some time. All right, so Eager First Year, Star Pupil number 2, or Unwilling Ingredient. None of them are terribly exciting. Unwilling Ingredient, I guess, technically can give Menace to Orator. It's also like an okay sack outlet, but I don't know. I mean, we don't really need that right now. Eager Firseer is certainly playable. Not terribly exciting, but playable. I think I'm actually going to go with the Ingredient. None of those cards really matter all that much, I feel like. Okay, we'll just cut the black card here. Nothing remarkably strong left in here. Probably Elemental Summoning being the best card. But we'll take the Crushing Disappointment. Okay, take Cramped Session now. I think it's, I mean, Make Your Mark would be fine here too, but I like getting the Learn cards now. Picking them up seems like a good plan. Because we already have, what, 3 Learn cards or 2? 3 Learn cards already and 2 pretty solid lessons, so I'll just keep taking them. They're not, you know, they're not hyper-powered, but all the Learn cards are pretty nice. I think I might actually take Lowerhold Campus. I guess Archivist would be an option too, but this potentially lets me splash for Lowerhold cards if we open like a rare or something like that. So got mostly black and just 2 white cards, honestly. So technically we could still be Witherbloom. Something to think about. Like I could take Colony here and I would just have to give up basically, well, I'd have to give up some pretty good cards. I'll take the commons. I think maybe a higher chance we end up splashing red. I'm actually going to cut the black card here just because I want to cut black pretty hard too. As many picks in these 2 colors as I can get would be nice. So removal-wise, we basically just have the Rise of Exodus. Taking a gold card first pick is definitely dangerous, especially over removal, but I really think Killian is one of those next level kind of cards. I mean, this really, in a vacuum, represents the quality of 2021 uncommons. Just remarkably strong 2-drop add-on common. So I think we're going to take the Crux of Fate here. We're going to take the board wipe. I don't need to talk about board wipes. You guys understand my limited philosophy on that. Hoping to wheel. I mean, Defiance, Study Break, Dusk Mage even, Pest Summoning. Any of those would be good wheels. Could take Augusta, Dean of Order as well. Yeah, I mean, certainly a fine card. It's pretty cool, actually. But we'll take the board wipe over it. Strixhaven Stadium is actually a kind of cool card. Man, this pack has a lot of goodies in it. I think we're taking the Inkling Summoning, and it's only sad because I'm passing Inkcaster, I'm passing Umbral Juke. So many good cards in here. But I think we take the Summoning. We already have the Learn cards for it. I think we're going to have enough cards for a deck. And just adding an actual evasive... Inkling Summoning is one of the best. Man, I don't like passing all this good stuff. Well, we'll see what we wheel, but I'm going to take Inkling Summoning. So now, basically, we're just like a annihilation away from having a pretty solid... I guess we could take the Anatomy, too, as another Learn option, but I might want the Sounds here. 2-drop 3/2 is pretty solid, actually. I mean, the upside of it is fine, too. Occasionally, you can get your opponent good. And I've probably played this format enough where I can predict, you know, some of the commons they probably have. Yeah, Pilgrim, Anatomy, Pledge Mage, a lot of good other options here, but I think we'll take the rare. 2-drop 3/2 with some marginal upside is still probably fine with me. 2-drop 3/2 beats down pretty hard, I think. Alright, could take another Environmental Science, but I think we want this Onslaught. 1 Science is usually enough, and Onslaught is good removal, especially for a deck that's lacking in the removal department, so let's take it. So we can take Spirit Summoning. It's probably fine. Otherwise, we could take the Eager first here, but getting Spirit Summoning good, it's going to turn all of our learn cards into an additional... All of our learn cards can be creatures now, which is good. So technically, we have like 8 creatures. Eliminate is actually very good in this format, and it's another removal. I love Biblioplex Assistant a lot, but Eliminate deals with all of the Leyline of Leyline of Invocation? Yeah, the 6-drop green common. Just kills the fractals for 2 mana. Really nice. Eliminate is definitely good in this format. Ooh, I actually like Brackish Drudge. How many ways to gain life do we have? We've got the Killian. We have some pests. I've been really impressed with Brackish Drudge. I think there's a reasonable argument to take Spectre here too, but honestly, I think Trudge might just be better. I think, yeah, we've got the Cram Sessions too. I'm going to take Trudge. We've got enough ways to bring it back, and I've been very impressed with it. All right, Spiteful Squad, good pickup, solid card in general, certainly more exciting than Star Pupil. So, kind of seems like we won't have to splash, probably. I don't really want to play the Crushing Disappointments if I don't have to. Although we do have the life gain, so I probably can. Star Pupil can probably go too. So we take the Dust Mage, or we can just take another Pest Summoning. Dust Mage is pretty underwhelming. I mean, we have a couple ways to put counters on it, but for the most part, it's not that great of a card. We'll take the Pest Summoning. I think this might be the pack that has all the goodies in it. The ones that we had to take Inkling Summoning over like 6 cards that we wanted in our deck. All right, we just... Wow. Wow, we wield all sorts of goodies here. Probably take another Rise of Exodus. It's going to find our creatures. It's removal. It gets cheaper with Killian. Poet and Inkcaster would be fine, but I really like Rise of Exodus, and I think it's certainly good for us since we've got some good stuff to find. Some good cards already. Some good lessons. Take the Make Your Mark. Playable card. Take the Silver Quill Campus. That makes sense to me. And we've got a whole pack to finish this deck off, so that's good. All right, we'll take the Professor's Warning. It looks like we're low on creatures, but we do have one. This is a creature, and it finds creatures, so that's good. Semester's End is a pretty cool card. I don't know if that's what I necessarily want, though. Could take the Intro to Annihilation, and that kind of finishes everything you need for a lesson sideboard. We'd have Environmental Sciences, summoning, plenty of summoning spells, and then we'd have a removal on top of that. That's pretty good. Otherwise, there's definitely some playable... I like Pillar Drop Rescuer quite a bit. Getting back Killian is nice. But I think I'm going to take the Intro to Annihilation. Just get it now, have it. Just make all of your learn spells have the perfect toolkit. Like, we're giving up good stuff for it, but at the same time, it's just nice to have the full toolkit sideboard. I think it's important. And now we have it. Removal, land, and creatures. What more do you want? Well, we can take another Inkling Summoning, or we can take the Professor. Since we already have the one, I'm a little more willing to take the Professor now, especially since Professor is a phenomenal card. Flyer with more upside. Really great with the Orator, too. I think it's reasonable to take another Summoning here, but I'm going to take the Professor because we already have a Summoning and we have 3 other Summoning spells that we can get. I think at this point, we've got the toolkit. We have the full toolkit, so we don't have to worry about it too much more. Let's dump these Crushing Disappointments. I want to see if I can take this Spectre of the Fens here, or if we have too many 4-drops. We don't have too many. We have 3, because Silver Quill Pledge Mage is an option too, which would totally be reasonable. I do think Spectre can win some games. The question is, are we going to wheel one? And we might. I kind of like Spectre. I like Pledge Mage too. And we certainly have ways to make Pledge Mage fly, and it's the difference between 3 and 4 mana is pretty significant. I think I'm going to go with the Pledge Mage. I have a feeling we might wheel a Spectre. Wow, Shadewing Laureate, that's good. Spiteful Squad and Leech Fanatic. All of these options are good. Can Order get Death Touch? Yeah, it can. That's cool. Do we have enough flyers to... We might just take Laureate anyway, just because it's a flyer with upside, but admittedly, we don't have... We really don't have that many flyers. It might still just be the pick as a 3-drop flyer. I mean, we do have an Inkling Summoning we can find, so our Learn cards are also flyers. It's probably a reasonable pick here. It's nice to have a good amount of evasion, especially when you already have an Order. Zephyr Boots is usually pretty playable. Certainly makes the Laureate better. Or we could take a Spectre now. It's also Beaming Defiance. I personally, I kind of like Zephyr Boots. I think I'm going to take the Boots. It's an uncommon. It actually works fairly well in this deck, especially with Order too. Just equip a different creature and suddenly Order flies as well. Yeah, I think Boots are a pretty reasonable pick there. All right, we can take the Guiding Voice. Or we take Fracture for sideboard. Certainly a playable sideboard card. It's also Intro to Prophecy. I probably just take the Guiding Voice. You can never really have enough Learn cards, especially when you have a million lessons. All right, we can take the Pledge Mage. Not super excited about it, but it's fine. All right, Witherbloom Pledge Mage is fine. We don't have that much top end. I mean, we have a little bit, but I actually like Witherbloom Pledge Mage. So we can take the Fracture now. There's also Hunt for Specimens. I mean, you can never have enough Learn cards, I always say. And, I mean, at this point, we can cut out stuff we don't want, like Star People. I still think we can upgrade. Like, we could take Fracture for sideboard, especially given that but we already have the Intro to Annihilation. Yeah, we probably don't need it. We just take the lessons, or the Learns lessons. Here we'll take the Campus number 2. I'm fine with that. There's a Novice Dissector. I guess we can consider it since we have a couple Pest Summonings. Probably not going to happen, but we'll take a look. Getting Leech Fanatic back is actually kind of nice. Yeah, I think there's definitely some good stuff going on here. We got the Spectre back. Good news. Because I think it's probably going to make the deck. Overall, I like what we're doing. I think there's some goodies in here. I like it more than the last deck, even though the last deck had more evasion. This one has much more of a good, solid Learn lesson plan going. I mean, the other one barely had it at all. This one's got plenty of it. We have the full toolkit. Yeah. So we probably just need to make 5 cuts, and we can cut something like... the amount of creatures we have is very misleading because we have 5 Learn cards, I think. Probably cutting the Make Your Mark. Probably cutting the Professor's Warnings too. Let me think about that actually. Because all of our Learn lesson cards are creatures. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we really have like 20 creatures. Because we also have like 4 summoning spells to find. So that's fine. Plenty of creatures. We can cut creatures. And it doesn't really affect the deck. Like Lorehold Pledge Mage, probably don't need it. It's cool with Order, actually. Like Order into turn 3 Pledge Mage, you got a 2/2 Vigilance First Striker. Attacking, which isn't bad. I want to keep all the flyers. I think I want to keep Pledge Mage, too. It's nice to have one, like, beefy dude. Probably can cut the Unwilling Ingredient. I don't really need it. It's cool with Order, too, because it gives it menace. But it just seems like an easy card to cut without costing the deck anything. Maybe just cut 1 Professor's Warning. I might cut both. I might cut the Pledge Mage, though. Because we still will have plenty of creatures if I do. And if I were to cut any creature, I feel like it'd probably be the Pledge Mage. Pledge Mage is cool with Spiteful Squad. I mean, making it a 4/4 first striker is nice. I guess the one tool we missed was the Expanded Anatomy, which we could have picked up at one point. I forget what I took over it. I think it was something pretty good. All right, I think we'll cut the Pledge Mage. We still have like 18 creatures. I mean, if you don't want to count it that way, we at least have 4 more creatures. So we at least have 15 creatures if you include the total number of summoning spells we have. So that's pretty good. 15 is the amount I like to run anyway. And we have 7 ways to find our 4 creatures out of our sideboard. So I'm happy with that. Removal-wise, we have Eliminate, Crux of Fate, 2 Rise of Extus, and Onslaught. We have the Killian to make them all cheaper, technically. We have Professor's Warning to protect things, or Combat Trick. Giving it a try here. Yeah, I like this deck. I think it looks pretty good. Pretty good. All right, we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. Oh, whoops, I should probably add lands. So we don't need the Archway Commons, but we'll do this Silverquill Campus. Color-wise, we are way more black than white, huh? And we have double black. Technically, no double white. Okay. So we'll run an extra black mana. And call it a deck. I think I'm comfortable with 17. No need to go 16 in this deck. We don't have to. Okay. We'll see you round 1. Alright, match 1 we'll play first. Yeah, looks good. Hunt into probably the Inkling creature. Because we don't need lands. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Inkling summoning. Sure. So, technically we can do Hunt for Specimens here too. And then we have a blocker for Leech Fanatic as well. Kind of like that. Does not make the best use of mana, but it holds back their lifelinker. So, you can take Pest Summoning here, Spirit Summoning. Could take the Environmental Science. Honestly, that probably the safest one. And the reason is because we've got double Rise of Extus in hand, so to me it feels fine to do it this way. They could have combat tricks or whatever, but it's really just costing us some mana and yeah, this is fine. Really not that big of a deal. I think the important thing to keep in mind is they're using cards in their hand and we're really not. So I could trade here. I don't think that I will. I'd rather keep my flyer. They can gain some more life, but I'm playing the Pledge Mage next turn, so it's probably okay. Imbros, huh? What does this do? Oh yeah, that card's good. So it can kill my my dude, huh? Okay. Fair enough. Imbros is good. Three cards left, okay. So, for now I think we'll just kill Imbros. And we'll get... We have another removal, so I guess we can take the Pest Summoning. And we can pass here. just to keep the Leech Fanatic back, keep our life total, make the Arrogant Poet have to pay life to attack. Alright, that's fine. So now we can go attack with... I guess we can gain our life off Pledge Mage first. So let's do that. Pest Summoning, gain life. Environmental Science, gain more life. In case they have Expel or something. I can take another black mana here. And we'll do Cram Session. Guess we can take the Spirit Summoning so they don't know about our removal. We'll go in for 5 here. And we do have the Silver Quill Campus. Sure. Still feel like we're getting the better end of this deal here. So we'll go Spirit Summoning, gain life. And get in for 5. Then we'll play the Brackish Trudge and pass. And I can trade my Summoning for their Leech Fanatic. It's fine. So we can exile Eye Twitch. Yeah, I think this is actually good because they're not going to be able to learn off of it. And we get to get Intro to Annihilation, so now we have a removal for... They have to play something and be able to... I guess I keep this to be able to discard, I don't know. But not an easy spot necessarily to be in. We have 2 lethal creatures currently. Day of Judgment. Well, good news is we can get the Trudge back. At some point, of course. So we'll play the land now, and we'll do the campus at the end of their turn. So we both have a board wipe, huh? Alright, keeping the Pledge Mage. So we'll go this. Guiding Voice. Alright, so they got us pretty good there. Thankfully, this campus is paying dividends. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, sirree. So we'll get in for 2. We'll go Cram Session, Summoning, Trudge. Alright. So we know they have Day of Judgment, multiple Lash of Malice, stuff like that. Our Learn paid off. I mean, we used our full Learn sideboard that game. We had everything. Got all 5. So, or all 6 rather. Yeah, we have 6. We got all 6. That's crazy. Shows you that even when you're just overpaying for things, just getting 2 effects in one can really be enough value to just edge your opponent out, basically. So Professor's Warning doesn't protect super well against Lash of Malice, at least in some situations, does it? Well, not in the sense of indestructible. I suppose you can do it to get the +1/+1 counter. Yeah, because then it protects Killian. That's true. They use Lash. Maybe they do it in response to you, like, attacking. Then they Lash, and then you can Professor's Warning and actually make it a 5/1. Yeah. That's kind of cool. It's probably still worth it. Plus, didn't they show us other removal too, or not? Day of Judgment. Yeah, it works against Day of Judgment. Okay. We'll keep it in. Guess I could have looked a little closer at other sideboard options, but kind of want to keep all my learned stuff going. Oh yeah. Good enough. Eye Twitch is a great card. So, currently we're going to go Fanatic, Pledge Mage, possibly Cram Session after that. It's nice to see Cram Session be kind of good. Like, they can Lash of Malice here, but then at least we'll have the Pledge Mage, which is fine. Are they going to pay the life? No? Alright, well then I'll trade, because I can't attack into the Dust Mage anyway, so that's fine. Let's go Pledge Mage here. And then I can go... Ooh, Killian, yeah. That's okay. We've got Killian as well, so not bad. That's probably a good choice. I guess I could have traded there. I think we'll do the Spectre. Basically, I'm just setting up, trying to set up my board currently. We've got 2 cards left. Sure. I feel like Cram Session can do a lot for us here. Potentially. Oh, red splash, huh? Okay. Are they going to attack with everything? Ooh, that might be dangerous with the Pledge Mage. Oh, definitely dangerous with the Pledge Mage. Because now we can go Cram Session, get Lifelink going. They might have the Lash of Malice, we'll see. And then we can get Pest Summoning or Inkling Summoning. I kind of like doing the Pest Summoning just because... Alright, that's fine. So they got 1 card left. I'm fine with that. Wait, why can't I cast? Oh, because of auto tap? Is that why? Is it because of auto tap? Yes. Yes, it is, Alex. Auto tap per use. Oh, they even have their splash card. How nice. So they can get Study Break randomly back. We'd probably just Rise now. Missing out on some. Would I rather do Killian? Probably not. I think Scroll Wielder is pretty good. And they would get 3 extra spells here, so let's learn... well, Environmental Science can gain some life, but probably don't need that. Pest Summoning gets more clutter on the board. Inkling Summoning gives us a flyer. Probably take the Inkling Summoning, I think. I think there's actually a reasonable argument to take the Environmental Science there, honestly, but this is fine. Oh, so they have removal too. Okay. That's fine. Well, they've had the nuts, so let's see if we can bring this back. We've got 7 lands, so we can do the Pledge Mage. They only have 1 card left, though. I keep saying that, but then they draw something relevant. Alright, this is fine for now. Alright. I think we might have actually stabilized here, which is nice. So, we'll go... We've got 7, so we can do Pest Summoning, Zephyr Boots, equip Pledge Mage, but we're not ready to attack just yet. I don't think. We can also just go, well, no, I think this makes sense. Yeah, and then we'll do Zephyr Boots. And we'll equip... Guess maybe... Well, they have the Archivist, so yeah, I think we'll equip the Pledge Mage. And then no attacks yet. Sure. So we can Rise of Exodus, the Archivist, and start bashing. And I guess we'll get rid of maybe this, gain more life. They can bring a card back, it doesn't matter with Archivist. Whatever I'm targeting, they can put back in their deck. That's fine. So, exile that. Now we can get our own Intro to Annihilation, which I kind of like, actually. And then we can go land, and we can... Let's see, I can attack with the Order and Pledge Mage for 7. How do they smash back, though? I guess I didn't have to play land there, so I could have looted with Pledge Mage, because you have to loot. Getting in for 7's not bad. I think their smash back is still pretty good, although getting in for 7... might be worth it. 7, 14, 21, 20. I mean, it's a 4-turn clock. They can smash back, though, with Killian Dust Mage and Leech Fanatic. But we can double block Killian with some Pests. Can we afford to take 5, though? Because we're not going to gain that much. We're going to gain 2 life. I don't know if we're quite ready yet, sadly. I want to be, but... I think I'll do it. It's a little dangerous, but at the same time, I don't know, I'm gaining life. I'm gaining life off my pests. Double blocking a Killian is pretty big. I might just have to be willing to take some damage here. We'll see what they get from what lesson they were able to get. See if they have another Intro to Annihilation. Alright, Inkling Summoning. It's fine, actually. Okay, so we go block here, double block here. And take 3. Yeah, I think it was worth it. Getting rid of Killian's huge, too. Especially if they don't have anything else. Yeah, that's really good, actually. So we can loot first, which is fine. We'll dump the land. And get Annihilation, the Dusk Mage. So 8 mana. Probably just do the squad plus the summoning, honestly. I think we'll split our eggs into 2 different baskets here. Keep the land for discard Potter to the boots. And they do have Day of Judgment somewhere in there, so something to keep in mind. Sure. Alright. Could play land, I suppose so. Alright, so they did have the Day of Judgment. We have our own board wipe as well. Important to keep in mind. Oh, dramatic finale. Well, I guess I have to probably blow that up. Oh, Professor's a great draw, so let's go. Professor. Let's exile the finale so they don't get goodies. And we can loot. I think we still have environmental sciences to find, so we can gain some life here. Makes it a little bit better for us. They had more removal? For real? Wow. They've drawn remarkably well in those last few meaningful turns there. Wow. Alright. Hey, you got it. If you're gonna go card for the win this late in the game, you got it. It's all you. I'm definitely surprised. I was not expecting that. So they're playing hyper aggro, I guess. Although they could still just win in the late game, just go card for the win. We have all this life gain too. I really feel like we should just be absolutely crushing this match, to be honest. Crushing this match. Yeah, I absolutely feel like we should actually pretty easily win this. But we did just lose, so there you have it. I think we keep everything the same. There's nothing bad. I actually liked Zephyr Boots there too. Alright, we'll play first. Yeah, it's a keep. I mean, they do have multiple eye twitches. Those are pretty awesome. Admittedly. Ah, board wipe of our own. I probably eliminate the first creature, make them play out some more. We'll see. Oh, they're not doing anything. Okay. They have Umbral Juke in there. Oh, well, that's cool. I can Crux of Fate that if I want. They haven't seen our Crux of Fate either, so... I think I'll play it. They can Umbral Juke me, which is pretty good, but then I can Rise of Exodus Imbros, so I'm okay with it for now. Yeah, so they had exactly what I thought they had, but that's fine. We'll Rise of Exodus Imbros. We got rid of a... I guess that removal spell is not that good for them except in those circumstances, but that's alright. Get rid of that, get rid of that. And get... I suppose we get the... It's not very good against... Yeah, it's true. It's not very good against Eye to Edge. But, could do... This one's so much worse in general. Alright, we'll do the Inkling Summoning. I'm fine with that. We have the Guiding Voice, too. That actually probably is good enough reason. Archivist, so... I can eventually kill that if I want. With Crux of Fate. 3 cards left in their hand. So do I do it now or do I wait? 7 mana. Problem is it's got reach. Another option I can do is Professor Guiding Voice, get the... That's true. Let's do this, especially since they're tapped out. I think this is reasonable. And we'll get the Intro to Annihilation. So that way I can deal with the Archivist. Plus I have a 4/4 flying attacker, which is pretty good. Alright, so then we can attack here. We'll do the intro. Got the Crux of Fate, Ace in the hole, so we don't need to overcommit the board. Sure. So we can go Spectre here. Just gonna play it peacefully here for now. Sure. 2 cards left. So probably do the summoning, and then we'll just start doing Silver Quill Campus. See if they have the Lash of Malice. Start scrying for action. We don't need lands. Sure. Trudge is good. Definitely want to keep that. Alright, so we know they have another Lash of Malice in there and Day of Judgment. Let's do Trudge plus Silencer and name Day of Judgment. That way, they board wipe us, and we get to draw a card out of it. It's not really a 2-for-1 because we draw a card, they lose 3 life. Personally, it seems worth it to me. Alright, tapping dudes down. Inkling Summoning, so we can eliminate that. And we'll do Campus here as well. take our 2-for-1. Dump the lands. Order's good. Let's get in for 7. Sure. Show to Annihilation. So they're going to do that to the Brackish Trudge probably, but we'll get to draw. Is their last card Day of Judgment? I don't know. For now, I'm just going to chill. Simply because we have the board wipe. Yeah, that's good. Leech Fanatic, sure. So we'll scry, look for more action, dump the land. So we can go Cram Session. Or do we want to do creature here? Probably the Pledge Mage, actually, makes the most sense. Because then we can give flying. Although I do have the mana to go... Actually, maybe Cram Session plus... yeah, I kind of like this, actually. I mean, this doesn't work quite as well as I want, but... This is probably fine, actually. For some reason, I thought I could cast the... Oh, I did. I was like, did I? Yeah. It's fine. Doesn't matter. So they can Day of Judgment. They would still lose 3 life. We can technically Crux of Fate if I have to. I might just do it. One card left. Yeah, we probably have to, so we'll get in with everything. Who knows, maybe they'll take it. That's good. Because they haven't seen the Crux of Fate yet, so that's good. We'll do Crux. We'll get a flyer on board here. Actually, a land away from using both our campuses here, which is nice. I guess this kind of plays into Day of Judgment a little bit. But I guess it also makes them sort of have to stay back, so that's cool. Alright. Alright, sweet. Got round 1. Not as easy as I thought it was going to be after game 1. Then game 2, they just like 1-2-3'd us to the victory, but we outvalued them in game 3, kind of as expected. I mean, we had multiple campus, so we could go for the grindier match with getting the scry effects. We had a board wipe as well. They were splashing some pretty strong stuff, though, the Scroll Wielder and the Urza's Rage, but we overcame their removal and got there in the end off of our superior, probably learn lesson package. All right, we'll see for round 2. All right, opponent goes first. I don't really want to mulligan this. Technically we need a black mana, but not to do anything. Even if we just rip straight planes, we can go Pledge Mage into Professor. Admittedly, not that great, but I think this hand is worth keeping. We have learn spells too that could help us, so I think it's worth trying. Well, we can do the turn 2 Silencer. We probably do. I just don't know quite what to name yet. We could do Mage Duel, since they're in green. Sure. That way, if they use a removal spell, we could get value off of it. Might as well do something common that we know about that's a good, highly playable common. Alright. Monster summoning we can eventually deal with. So we'll get in for 3. I think we're just going to play the Pledge Mage here. I could do the Cram Session. If we don't draw the land, I'm going to have to do Cram Session, but... Alright, fair enough. Oh, that was a good draw. So, options here. We have Professor's Warning. So, I feel like it's safe to just attack with the Silencer here. And do the warning if they block. Oh, wait. That's not going to work, is it? Well, we'll see if they bite. I might have to lose my Silencer here. Wow. Bluff of the Century? Yeah, that would not have been pretty for me. I think we'll do the Professor here, which... Now they really think I have something, even though I don't, which is just strange. So, it worked out, but... It was sloppily done, but hey, I dealt 3 damage. I bluffed my way into 3 extra damage there. It's pretty relevant, I would say, actually. We'll take the beating for 4. Yeah. Oh, so they've got something. I guess we'll take it. I could block the Adept, but if it's like big play or something, I don't want to deal with that. Not when they're... I mean, we're still ahead on the race here. So, they're going to have to do something pretty sexy. And I don't see a board wipe. I can't think of a board wipe that would be in those colors. Oh, Phoenix is quite good. Another summoning. Alright. Team Pennant, sure. They can equip... I guess they... could have played and equipped that on their 4/4. I probably would have done that to make it be vigilant and trample. But, whatever. What do I know? Yeah, what's the play here? Oh, I see. So we go Cram Session. We give this lifelink. We go for Environmental Sciences. We play it. Guess we can get flying, it doesn't really matter. Get the black mana. Play the black mana, swing with team, give that to the lifelinker. And then I guess we can do Professor's Warning to make it indestructible, which is fine. Yeah, you give it double lifelink. Doesn't have reach or anything, right? No, just vigilance and trample. Sure. So, if you would learn, you can return to the battlefield. That's pretty good. Sure. Alright, so now we'll just go... We could play Squad plus Fanatic this turn. That might be worth it, I guess. They can loot with Adept. I kind of like playing Squad and Fanatic this turn, just because it might dissuade them from attacking with the 5/5 and the 4/4 if I'm smashing back with a 2/2 into their 1/3. So I kind of like this more anyway. See if they have the big play. They could. But if they did, they would have played it there, so that answers that. Play the Squad, play the Fanatic, pass. So now if Squad dies, where do we put the counters? I guess on the Professor. Sure. That's sensible. Sure. That makes sense. So, Rise of Extus. Yeah, I like that. Then we can fly over top, too. Yeah. So, kill the dude that can get unblockable. Get rid of an elemental summoning. Give flying. And get another flyer. I think that's pretty solid. Especially another flyer that makes my Pledge Mage fly again for lethal. Looting, so usually a good sign. Usually means they don't have the answer they need. That does in fact buy them a turn. They're going to attack? Oh, I guess they have... Makes sense, I suppose. It's got vigilance and all, so... Alright. Ah, well, let's just win the game. Shall we? Quandric's command is very good. Alright, so we got game 1, playing against 3-color. Didn't see any mage duels. Probably name elemental summoning, I guess. Since that's the only... Is that the only lesson they just do 2 of those? Yeah. Could name Quandrix Command too. This is definitely why... This makes a solid case for why Silver Quill Silencer is way better in best of 3. Then at least you know what your opponent's playing. They've got some pretty good stuff in there, though. So Elemental Summoning, we know I have 2 of those. But the thing is, they're not main decking that. I don't know if it necessarily matters. I mean, if you're... Whatever you're getting, you're turning off this lesson aspect of their deck, potentially. Quandrix Command, Vortex Runner, Spectacle Mage. A lot of good options to choose. Retriever Phoenix. Sure. Sideboard, we don't really have one. This format is all about the toolkit. So I think we'll run her back here. Rise of Exodus coming up huge in game 1 there. Back to back too. Yeah, it's a good hand. Very good hand. Hunt for specimens to dig for our 3rd land so we can continue making plays. Yeah. Get the environmental science going. Yeah, I think we'll still do it. Because we've got expensive stuff in hand, so we want to make sure we can cast it. I might actually do the Silver Quill Pledge Mage first now, though. Especially if I draw a land here. Quandrix Pledge Mage is a good card. I can eliminate it, though, which is nice. I probably will. Let's do this first. Because then we can go Environmental Science plus Eliminate next turn. That's pretty good. Get Flying and Lifelink. Sure. They going to attack? No attacks. Does that mean they want to trade? Because I'm okay with that too. Let's do the science. Good, they tapped correctly. Not that it really matters. I think we'll just kill this now. So if they cast Elemental Summoning, I'm probably just doing Combat Professor, and I might still just attack with my Silver Quill Pledge Mage. Still need a couple more lands. Or a Killian. We've yet to actually see Killian in 5 games now. This is our 5th game with this deck. 0 Killians. Silver Quill Silencer would be a pretty remarkable draw now to keep them off of their elemental summonings. So this is probably fine to attack with both. Then I can Professor's Warning either one of my dudes. I'm probably willing to lose my Pest. Yeah, I definitely don't want to Onslaught. I think we go... This is kind of weird, but I think we go Boots. Equip Boots. Attack with both. And then I'll Professor's Warning. I would have done either one. And we'll give Lifelink too, I guess. So, that's fine. Kill that. Yeah. Alright. Sure. Sounds good. Ooh, Killian. Yeah, Killian's actually... I wish I could... It's okay. We'll do the Onslaught. We need a land anyway here, so let's give lifelink. Get in. And we can... Oh, we can dump the Trudge. Perfect. Get it back someday. Sure. Alright, so we already used our environmental science. Yeah, I think we just go Killian, equip. Because then we can do Rise of Exodus next turn and start dealing with their dudes. We can chump block the 6/6 here. Sure. So they can't actually block Killian because of Menace, so that means we can just go take out 6/6 now, take out Command, and we'll get... I guess it doesn't matter. Summoning. We'll go land, we'll attack, and we gain life, and we get to loot, so we can dump probably... All of our dudes are good. I guess maybe the land, although we kind of need the land. I could do the hunt for specimens? I suppose so. It's kind of weird, but Pledge Mage flies, which kind of makes me like it more. So now we can Rise of Exodus their Phoenix, which is fine. Plus, then we can go... Well, I don't know if we can do anything else, actually. But we're going to loot, so that's good. Alright, so we'll go Rise on the Phoenix. Get rid of this, I guess. And... guess we take a removal now. Especially one that is cheaper because of Killian. That's pretty sweet. Guess we can attack and loot again. And dump the planes, most likely. Yeah. Yep, dump that. And then we can go this. We can go Silencer. What am I naming again? So they played their 2 elemental summonings. We've seen the field trips. We saw the... What did we see game 1 that I... Saw the Quandrix Command. We've kind of seen all of the same spells, oddly enough. There's got to be something else that I'm overlooking here. I'm sure there is, I just can't quite put my finger on it right now. Yeah, what is it? Field trips, we saw him play 2 elemental summonings, he played 2 Needlethorn Drakes, we saw the Spectacle Mage, we saw the Retriever Phoenix, we saw the Quandrix Command. Are there any spells I saw game 1 that I can't think of now? Do I just name Mage Duel again? They kept something on top. I honestly don't know. I'm not sure. It's kind of remarkable they saw all of the same spells there. Unexpected. I suppose if you can't block, you might as well attack. That makes sense to me. Alright, Masterpiece. That would probably been a decent one to name. Well, we can gain more life off Killian, so that's cool. Can do. So we've got 7. We're really not in too much danger here. Oh, I can deal 5 to them, can't I? Honestly, I'd probably just go Professor. I think. Because I can go Professor, Pledge Mage. Does that set me up for lethal? I think it does. And I can protect myself too. So I think we go Professor. And pump the Silencer. Attack here. He'd probably trade. Not that it's a big deal. We're getting a body off the board. We're still gaining life. We loot. Gram Session's not bad, but I'm going to dump it, I guess. And then we'll do the Pledge Mage. And then we certainly have lethal next turn. They know it's in our hand, but I don't know if it matters. All right, well, we got the concession there, so we'll see you in round 3. All right, round 3, definitely a keep. We get to go hunt into environmental sciences again, which I probably will do. Sure. Let's do this. Could do the Inkling summoning now. I mean, we have plenty of creatures, though. Yeah, I think we'll do the science. I mean, we already have 2 lands in hand, but I don't see why not. Especially since next turn we can go Pledge Mage or Trudge is not bad either, especially with sciences. No trade there. Spectre's a good draw. Let's do the Trudge. Alright, pretty good damage output from them here. It's a lot of damage. Alright, now Professor's Warning's pretty good draw actually, so now we can at least go land, Pledge Mage. I think we do actually attack for 4 and pass. And if they have removal for Pledge Mage, we have Professor's Warning, so that's fine. We're gonna risk the 2 for 1 here. Well, paid off nicely. Sure. So we can onslaught that. We can gain life and get more lifelink. No, I think we just kill this and go the lifelink route here. Turn this game around. Now we're ahead on the race. Ahead on life total. Decent amount of cards in hand. Sciences to find land. Sure. Now they're staying back. So we can go science, gain life, give lifelink. No, we give flying. Probably flying. Because we're going to do Zephyr Boots. So we can grab a white, I guess. Then we go land, boots, equip trudge. Game for 7. We go to 2. We can loot. Dump probably the order. And then pass. Because then we have Rise of Exodus to give Pledge Mage flying as well. Alright. So we stole game 1. They're playing Hyper Aggro Lorehold. Zephyr Boots actually did work there, though admittedly I'm pretty tempted to swap it for another Professor's Warning just because of how well that worked there. They've got a pretty good aggro plan, though. Defiant Strike with the Pledge Mage is good. Enthusiastic Study is a great card. It's probably one of the main reasons to even consider Lorehold. Relic Sloth, not too intimidating, but I mean, it's a fine card. Vigilance Menace is a nice ability mashup. So we have to watch out for the tricks. We don't have a lot of instant speed removal. We could do Star Pupil as just another chump blocker that inflates one of my other creatures. It's not great, but it also trades with Historian, which isn't the worst. So I think we'll dump the Zephyr Boots. I think it's a fine card. I just don't think that we need it in this match in order to win. We do have a good amount of life gain as well, which is good. So we've got the Cram Sessions, the Killian, Pledge Mage, Witherbloom. This thing finds more life gain, yeah. So we can do Star Pupil, we can do another Professor's Warning. Oh, we have the Hunt for Specimens too, as well as the Pest Summoning. So a lot of life gain, that's good. Yeah, I think it's one or the other, and I can't decide whether it's Professor's Warning or Star Pupil. I mean, they didn't show us any targeted removal that game. But it certainly doesn't mean they don't have it. I mean, we could cut the Guiding Voice, but learning is good. We'll just do the Professor's Warning. What was the card I cut again? Oh, Zephyr Boots, yeah. That's probably fine. Even though Zephyr Boots technically sped the game up there, I'd probably still rather have Professor's Warning. Probably. We'll keep this. So once again, Cram Session, likely just finding environmental sciences, we'll see. Warhold Apprentice, sure. I mean, we could find the... We have enough lands to play everything in our hand now, so we could switch it up and do like a Pest Summoning or Inkling Summoning or Spirit Summoning, huh? Let's do the Pest Summoning. It's just, it clutters up the board, and it can double block, trade, kill things, gain life. I like it. So, we'll do the Pest Summoning. I can double block Lorehold Apprentice if I so desire. They can do Enthusiastic Study if they have it. I'll allow it. Alright, so they had what they needed. We're still going to gain some life. have been way worse, I think. So now we can go, once again, Thunderous Order. Best use of mana is probably Combat Professor, though. Thunderous Order keeps their dudes back with the Professor's Warning, so I'll probably just do this. It also protects against removal and stuff like that. You get it. You get it. Did it again, huh, with the trick? Nice. Sure. So, we'll do Campus, we'll go Professor, or we can do Spiteful Squad here too, huh? I think we do the Professor. And it's fine if they want to trade. I'm happy enough to do that. Yeah. They have more cards in hand. I feel like the cards we have in hand are pretty good, though. If they attack with the Apprentice, I'd probably take it. If for no other reason than I think Pledge Mage, because we know they have multiple Defiant Strikes in their deck. And I don't love trading Professor for an Apprentice. We're not too far back on the life totals. Playing the Pledge Mage gives us another beater, especially with the Professor. Making it Vigilant seems really good. So I probably just take the Apprentice here if they attack. And then play the Pledge Mage, attack for 3. I like that. They can Defiant Strike here if they so desire. They do. Flame Scroll Celebrant. So 2 mana and they can inflate it. So they can technically inflate it twice. Probably still just do the Pledge Mage here for the life gain, if for no other reason. Alright, fair enough. Well, now they can't attack, so that's good. Ah, Professor's Warning. Well, that's fine. So we'll go Squad. Now they don't really have a good attack either. And we're not really scared of removal as well. So that's cool. Like they could try and Pigment Storm, but we can make it indestructible. Like they have Pigment Storm mana. It's a common. It's good for aggro. It makes me think they probably have it. But it's a difficult decision because then it's like, do you do it to the Squad or the Professor? It probably makes more sense on the... I don't know. I don't know if they know either. Well, we can Onslaught that, so I guess don't really have to worry about that. Oh, that's cool. Let's just go Onslaught, though. Take care of this problem. Can attack with Squad and Professor if I want. But I want to keep up Professor's Warning. Our Professor is just doing so much work right now. I want to be able to warn our Professor. I don't know what I'm naming with Silverquill Silencer yet either. We know they have another Defiant Strike for sure, so I can name that. Might be the best bet. Oh, well, we knew they had Mentor too. That one, not super intimidated. They don't really have a good attack. And that's cool. Crux of Fate. Well, I mean, it's cool. Don't need it, but it's cool. I think we can win this game without casting Crux of Fate, would be my guess. So I'm just going to do Silencer and maybe just name Heated Debate. It's a common. Kind of makes sense. It's a card they could draw that would be good here. If we didn't have Professor's Warning, of course. Ooh, well, might have to Crux of Fate, huh? Let's see if I can kill them. So they can inflate the Celebrant. All their dudes have... So they could deal 8 from the Celebrant alone, 6. Oh, I can Crux of Fate and Professor's Warning my Professor as well, huh? So I think that means we just stop as much damage as possible here. Without my Professor dying. Like, even if they can pump the Lumimancer, say with, like, Infuriate, its own... Well, I guess it would be lethal then, wouldn't it? Alright, so we can go... Alright. Well, we stole the draft. This Silverquill deck was much better than the last one we drafted. Learn Lesson Mechanic, it's just unavoidably good. Basically, you have to take it over... It seems like almost everything you have to take your Learn Lessons over. I mean, granted, I didn't take it over Killian, but come on, it's Killian. You know how good Killian was this draft? When we actually got to play him? Casting Rise of Exodus for 4 mana. Just exiling and learning. Really good. So, yeah, this deck turned out really good. Crux of Fate, admittedly, very good. I think we won 2 games on the back of it. That last one we just won on the back of it. Although it was in conjunction with a Professor's Warning. Not to be overlooked. But it certainly won the game there. And then at round 2, it won us a game as well. Even at some lost value, it was a necessary thing. We had to get rid of that Radiant Scroll Wielder. So, all right, let's do some pack one, pick ones here. Oops. All right. All right, so pack one, pick one. I'd probably go with Eliminate. Solid, cheap removal, and deals with big tokeny creatures, of which there are entire decks built around them. All the summoning cards as well. Just a very, very good Mystical Archive removal card for this environment. All right, here. Yeah, I'm comfortable going Mortality Spear. I think it's a great card. It deals with everything. And even though it's multicolor, the fact that it can get cheaper if you gain life, which is part of the archetypal synergy anyway, so totally makes sense to first pick to me. I mean, it's far and away the best card of these cards. Here we'll take pack one, pick one. I'm just such a sucker for shock. Might be an environmental. This is the dilemma now. I love shock so much that I might take it over environmental science, but environmental science is one of the most integral lessons that you can get. We searched it up multiple times. It leaves you more open. But the fact that you can kill your opponent with shock and you can kill aggro, cheap creatures, it just deals with so many things. It's 1 mana. I guess the wisest pick would be to go environmental sciences, pack one, pick one, because you're guaranteed to play it, and it is a very, very important card. I do hate passing shock, though. That hurts. Kasmina, yeah, I'd be fine. I don't think this card is incredible, but it's a cheap planeswalker. It's kind of cool. It can make creatures at some point. I mean, at least for 3 mana, you can make yourself a 1/1 to protect her for 1 turn. And then Scry, so she's certainly good enough to first pick here. Next, I would take, well, easy heated debate here, just awesome premium common removal. And then last pick. I wasn't blown away by Despark. Once again, kind of a tokeny format, so I feel like you don't get as many targets as you'd like with that. Here I'd probably go Rutha. If I was going to take one of these multicolor cards, Rutha's upside is pretty amazing, especially if you can get cheap removal. You can just reap so much value. Plus, it does seem like you can get to the late game quite often in this format, so I think that's fine. All right. Well, hope you folks enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you for the next one.